One of my favorite movies of all time is The Princess Bride. There's so many great quotes in that. I've seen it so many times. Like the most iconic movie quote of all time. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Oh man, great line. Or when Andre the Giant says, "You just wiggle your head. That doesn't make you happy." Or, uh, or when Inigo Montoya says, "Let me explain." No, there's too much to explain. Let me sum up. But one of the best lines in that whole movie actually comes from the Dread Pirate Roberts, who is Wesley. And he looks at Princess Buttercup and he says, "Life is pain, Highness, and anybody who tells you differently is trying to sell you something." It's a great line because there's a lot of truth to that, right? Like, life is pain. Pain is a part of life. You can't ignore it. Even the best times have pain in them. Even the happiest times can hurt sometimes. We can't avoid suffering. We can't avoid grief. We can't avoid making mistakes and having to try to correct those. We can't avoid hurting people and having to try to reconcile when we've damaged relationships. All of those things they're real. They're a part of what it means to be human. They're a part of our experience as people. There's a quote from an ancient Muslim mystic named Rumi. And he said this. He said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you. The wound is the place where the light enters you." Another way of saying that, Richard Rohr once said, "We grow spiritually much more by doing it wrong than by doing it right." Uh, and I think there's so much liberation, so much freedom in accepting and learning to live with our mistakes, our failures, our hurts, our grief. I really do believe that in those moments of difficulty and challenge, those are the moments where we are most connected to God. Those are the moments when we are changed the most significantly. I have been changed more by my mistakes, my failures, my disappointments, and my griefs than I have by any of the joys in my life. And and so that leads me to the question, or leads me to wonder why I work so hard to avoid difficulty, why I work so hard to avoid those kinds of challenges, um, and uh, and try to pretend like pain isn't a part of what makes me who I am. Um, the good news for us as Christians is that we believe that God joins us in those mistakes, that God's grace is still operant in those challenges and in our failures. Julian of Norwich once said, "First the fall, and then recovery from the fall." And this is an interesting thought. And both are the mercy of God. Right? Like that God's mercy isn't just found in the joys and the high points, but sometimes, perhaps even more so, the mercy of God is found in our failure. The mercy of God is found in our grief, our disappointment, because the wound really is the place where the light of God can enter us and fill us and make us new.